What does it take to build a house? Where does our wood come from? To find out, we build a house from the woods on our farm. A lot's been written about the majesty and magic of forests, about how mother trees talk to each other and nurture their young. We need more trees and we need to let them grow big and store more carbon. But at the same time, we need wood. We need houses. There are 8 billion people on the planet, including 340 million Americans, in the middle of a housing crisis. Most of our houses are made of wood. But where does that wood come from? Today, it comes mostly from these plantations or corporate forests that are cut on short rotations. This lumber may be a renewable resource in a narrow sense, but it doesn't provide many other ecological benefits. You could call it fast wood. There are 740 million acres of forest in the United States, 20% corporate, 40% public, but another 40% owned by private individuals. This family forest provides huge ecological benefits, but almost none of our wood. Is there a way to harvest wood from these local woodlands and still keep them diverse and resilient? Yes, it's often called ecological forestry, but we might also call it slow wood. Slow wood means allowing complex woodlands to grow on long rotations. It means harvesting trees in small patches once they're mature, in ways that mimic natural disturbances. Above all, it means cutting the worst trees first. Take eastern hemlock for a prime example. Hemlock isn't a bad tree, it's a beautiful tree. We would never think of cutting the hemlock that shades our little river for brook trout, but hemlock grows slowly and holds its lower branches, so it's full of knots, making it much less valuable for sale than its cousin, white pine. When we had a low-grade harvest in the woodlot on our hill, the hemlock brought next to nothing. We said, okay, instead, let's use it to build our house. When it comes to making a timber frame house, hemlock is perfect. The frame comes from the center of the logs, after boards and two-bys are sawed off the outside. Here's a hemlock beam with the mortises all ready for the posts and braces. We assembled the frame into bents and pegged them together. Then we got a bunch of friends and a small crane and raised the frame in one day. There it is the next morning. There it is again, over a pasture gate. That woodlot behind it is where most of the frame came from. You can see it's still a thriving forest. We used hemlock two-bys milled tongue and groove for our subflooring. That is, the ceiling if you're looking up. The face grain hemlock boards made simple board and batten doors. Black birch was being shaded out by oak in our woodlot, so we cut most of it for our finished floor, trim, and kitchen cabinets. A little crooked black cherry goes a long way. It supplied curved braces, benches for the stove, and posts and risers for the stairs. We also cut some suppressed sugar maple for treads and peeled poles for rails and balusters. All in all, we built a handsome house from low-grade wood. It cost us about as much as a conventional house, but a lot more of what we spent stayed in the local economy with foresters, loggers, sawyers, framers, millworkers, and masons. Can this be replicated? Yes. Obviously, everyone can't build straight from their own woodlot, but most rural Americans live close to beautiful forests that could supply beautiful wood, along with all their ecological benefits. With new mass timber construction, we can also build affordable urban housing quite efficiently with regional wood, replacing carbon-intensive steel and concrete. Again, green buildings that show the wood inside so you can see it and touch it. The key is tying it all back to ecological forestry. This will require protecting our forest, designating more wild reserves, and making sure the woodlands we manage for timber are in the hands of people who care about more than the bottom line. Above all, it will require environmentalists, especially those building their own houses, to understand that protecting forests and cutting trees can work in harmony. We need to insist on wildlands and woodlands, on ecological forestry, and on slow wood for everybody.